and welcome. How you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you for being here as always. Or if you are brand new, then just welcome in general. You know, everyone's welcome here. Doesn't matter where you're from, what you're doing, as long as you enjoy the music, then you guessed it, welcome. Anyways, all right, moving on from that, I think I've made that clear for everyone. Matue, Fortal featuring Teto. Now, I have been looking forward to this track. So for me, from this album, from the 333 album, I think it was the track with Vey that I was really looking forward to, and this one with Teto now. So Fortal, as I found out from the comments, it is Fortaleza, which is a city in Brazil, and so that's what Fortal is, like a shortened version of that, and I'm guessing it may have other meanings as well. So we're gonna just carry on, and I've already done the first 4 tracks, which was Crack con Musilon. I can never get that right. I always think Mausoleum, but no, it's Crack con Musilon. There was Imagina ese Scenario, Isa Serio, and 1993 from which personally for me was actually my favorite so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So no more talking, more watching. Let's get on with it. Yes. And as I've said in the other videos as well, like I am definitely going throughout the whole album, but it's just, you know, finding the right time to actually sit down and listen to it. And obviously, because the thing is, what people don't understand is, like, you know, you just think, oh, I sit here and listen to a track and that's it. It's not about that. If I was just listening to a track with you guys watching, it would be pointless, absolutely pointless. If I had absolutely nothing good to say, then it would be pointless. And I have done that before, where I've literally not released videos because it was just mind-numbingly shit. So anyway, yes, let's go.
Yeah. Seja bem-vindo à capital, mas não se anima. Cuidado com a carniça. Em jogo fácil é urubu que tá em cima. Vai lá buscar em Iparana, que a paranga tá de prima. Reggaezinho no reggae club, e o rachixe tá groove. Os maninhos só anda de cima. Hoje tem bruxa em toda esquina. E as quadradas.
There's a witch in every corner. Are you sure you didn't get that first letter wrong? Rather than a B, you put a W. I don't know. Right, let's go back to this. So this is them talking about the city, where they grew up and how they grew up. Like I said, I've got the lyrics printed out here anyway, but Brazilian rap, Brazilian trap lyrics has done a great job.
Vai lá buscar em Iparana, que a paranga tá de prima. Reggaezinho no reggae club, e o rachixe.
We don't really have the best here in the UK. We're not really known for that, do you know what I mean? Most of the stuff that we have is imported, and the stuff that is grown here, it's very rarely good. Okay, on occasion it is good, but, you know, it's not like the Cali shit or the stuff that Matue talks about. You know, the guy's too big now. He's like over 6 million, 7 million followers, subscribers on YouTube. I know it's 30 pound, but the majority will come from Matue. So, you know, he's huge now, and it would be great to have a small. So, I don't think I can keep up, I'll be honest with you.
Hoje tem bruxa em toda esquina. E as quadradas tudo fede a parafina. Coisa fina. Variedades de Fortal. Yeah. Se a lombra bater tu.
Oh, right, okay, so Fortal, obviously Fortal, and then Tal. Okay, now I get why the shit.
Passa mal. Vem cá surfar no litoral. Jogo bom, manda remessa boa daqui pra Natal. Pra doença do vacilo eu tomei vacina. Hoje tá.
I think we all got vaccinated, or we should be vaccinated against the disease of foolishness and stupidity that surrounds us. You know, it is contagious, and unfortunately for most of the younger generation, they have already been inflicted by this disease. And yeah, so Matue is actually right on that one. But again, I mean, I'm getting the feeling that the whole track is obviously about the city, the struggles, and what goes on in that city, which, you know, is fair enough. It's one of those tracks where it's almost kind of like mandatory, especially if you're talking like you're from the streets. It's almost a mandatory track to have in an album, you know? And I feel like this, from the other Matue sort of projects that I've heard so far, I feel like this is the sort of more complete one in terms of it follows not like a pattern or a topic specifically, but it's sort of like it's more of a put together album. Like it's a actual professional album, if you will. You know, it doesn't have tracks from ranging from everywhere. It is like, you know, if you hear the tracks so far, they kind of follow a similar sort of, you know, I don't want to just say BPM, but it's sort of a similar sort of thing.
Jogo vou mandar remessa boa daqui pra Natal. Pra doença do vacilo eu tomei vacina. Hoje tá nevando em Portal, mudou o clima. Vê a calcinha da tua comadre virar piscina. Quando ela vê que meu Rolex não é da...
That's one way of saying she's wet. Do you know what I mean? That is one way of saying it, bro.
Tua comadre vira piscina. Quando ela vê que meu Rolex não é daqueles que é da China. Eu tô com o pulso congelado, mal acostumado. Quem tem cabeça que crie seu gado. Autoridade, reveja suas palavras. Eu tô na minha cidade, degustando fumo com de verdade. A Babilônia é pra quem tem força e sagacidade. Se vê a lona, foge.
You know, it's the comparing, you know, Fortal to Babylon and stuff like that, and like, you know, who's going to take over, not take over, like who owns it or who runs it, and it's its own little kingdom, and which is, you know, like I said, it's a track that kind of has to happen. You know, you have to represent your city.
Cidade, degustando fumo com de verdade. A Babilônia é pra quem tem força e sagacidade. Se vê a lona, foge porque é trairagem. Andando aqui, nem tudo que eu vejo é miragem. Já te vi na 2, hoje eu tô lotando minha garagem. Yeah. Se a lombra bater, tu passa mal. Vem cá surfar no litoral. Jogo bom, mandar remessa boa daqui pra Natal. Pra doença do vacilo eu tomei vacina.
I really like that line. I've been vaccinated for the sickness of fools. Like that is pretty good, to be fair. I should get that on a t-shirt. That'd be that's a good
Hoje
seller,
tá nevando em Portal, mudou o clima. Vê a calcinha da tua comadre virar piscina. Quando ela vê que meu Rolex não é daqueles que é da China. Eu já tô inteirado na covardia desses caras. Deixa que a gente resolve, que a justiça é falha. 5 balas no revólver.
The thing is, with this, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily call it rap. I mean, it is within that sort of, you know, the trap subgenre, and it is within the hip hop, you know, overall genre, of course. But you wouldn't say it's obviously rap. It is on that trap side of things. It is very auto-tune heavy, which I've said before. You know, sometimes auto-tune fits very well, and again, in the case of Matue and Teto, because that's the only time I've ever heard them like using auto-tune. It sort of makes sense. I can't really hear them without it. I'm sure they can do it, but I can't hear them without it. I think during Matue's reggae phase, he kind of used it, but then again, I feel like he had the voice for it anyway, so he didn't really need to. I just feel like auto-tune with reggae just doesn't sound natural, you know what I mean? With reggae, it's a sort of genre where you just sort of, you know, you just let yourself loose in a way, in terms of, you know, you just say it without thinking too much about it. Anyway,
põe coringa no sorriso do canalha, depois enxuga a toalha. Mal compreendido, tipo Exu, eu sei que ele nunca me faz. Antes que alguém me fure, eu vou rindo pra batalha. Desde pequeno eu vim pro mundo, eu sei que foi pra dar trabalho. Antes que alguém me mude, eu continuo em Portal. Yeah. Se a lombra bater, tu passa mal. Vem cá surfar no litoral.
And again, I don't really want to, you know, get into the whole title of the album, but I did mention this, maybe second track or the third track, where it's sort of like Salvatore's, you know, is like, I'm guessing, like I think it is Save All, isn't it, or something like that. Maybe Matue is putting himself in that position where, you know, he sort of saying that, look, you know, you've been listening to shit music so far, and I am here to change all that. And like I said, I mean, so far the album, it's very cohesive. That's the word I was looking for at the beginning. It's a very cohesive album. Like I said, it doesn't range from one genre to the other, one subgenre to the other. It is very sort of within its parameters. Like, you know, the parameters have been set by Matue, and it hasn't really left that so far. Right, let's bring this track to an end.
Manda remessa boa daqui pra Natal. Pra doença do vacilo eu tomei vacina. Hoje tá nevando em Portal, mudou o clima. Vê a calcinha da tua comadre virar piscina. Quando ela vê que meu Rolex não é daqueles que é da China.
I've got a Rolex, but it isn't one of those from China. Brilliant. I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can afford a Rolex, bro, so, you know, I'm not surprised there. Let's move to another. So like I said, I mean, again, if I'm putting this in the context of, you know, putting up against the other tracks, I still think 1993 is probably the better one so far. The one with Teto, look, I was expecting a little bit more, to be honest. I was expecting a little bit more energy from both, but it was the opposite side of a track, you know what I mean? It was the opposite style, where it is sort of like higher BPM, but it's done in that sort of double time speed, and it lacked a bit of energy, to be honest. I know the type of track, like I said, I know the track is about the city, and, you know, talking about not so much the struggles, but what goes on in that city and the stuff that these guys had to like live through and whatever, and, you know, with homies and whatnot. So yeah, maybe I was expecting a little bit more, but that's just me. That's just my opinion on that one, featuring Teto. So you let me know your thoughts in the comments. I mean, did you like it? Did you not like it? May have not been your favorite. I know so far, I think people have been telling me to listen to Castlevania, and there is Vida Vilao. I think those are the ones, and someone did mention 333, the actual track, but they are coming up. And I think Brazilian Trap Lyrics doesn't have Awesome on his videos. I'm going to check again, but that doesn't matter because I do actually have the lyrics printed out, as I've shown in the previous ones. So we're going to check it out. Awesome. Stick around. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do. If you have any comments, good or bad, then just, you know, let me know. Tell me about it, and we'll have a talk. Either way. All right, good. Right, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, stay safe. Stay alert.